Greetings everyone. Today I would like to continue my random stuff about the random stuff. Today I would like to talk about the ancestors and about this shaman wand. This is not a wand, this is just a pen. So yesterday I saw this PSY song, this daddy. I got it from a daddy. There's a word, got it. I took it, something like that. So got it, took it is avsan. So when you say longer, ow, it's going to be father here in Mongolia. So so this song gave me some, this motivation to, this. Maybe I'll make a video, something like that. So when I make a video, I cannot edit the video. I have to constantly talk and somehow make this video, this without making a big mistake. So in order to talk about this shaman's wand, we need to know what this item is for. What do you think? This is not a shaman wand. I have to this draw like this. So this is going to be this the main body of the shaman wand. You have this blade, you have horn, you have this middle wooden stick or nail, something like that, and you have the whip. So what this what this weapon do? So it's kind of hard to call it weapon because it kills nothing. It kills nothing. So what is nothing? Nothing is something you cannot touch, you cannot sense, something like that. So it is designed to fight the spirits. It's designed to fight the immortals or undead, or this human spirit, or etc. etc. So this is designed for I should guess similar to like in a cyberspace, something like that. But in order to understand what kind of this belief is this, I guess I must this talk about the shaman's bell, and I guess you people may wonder what I was this telling to Mongolians in my last video. It's been this many years, like 7-8 years on YouTube, talking about all this stuff, and I was basically this translator and reporter. So there's this stuff here and there, and there's this belief in here, there, and like this, and I never this created a new thing. I create something and I'm like offering it to this to the world, something like that. So this my quest to be the first in this reporting stuff, like this how to say this I love you in Mongolian, for example, something like that. So is continuous. So I try to be the first who this reported or made a video about the topic on internet, something like that. So I made this stuff, and I this forged a new term, Mongol cross. So this item, or this item is called basically shaman's bell, but it also can be this Mongol cross, because this contains the this basic belief of a of our, this religion or the faith, something like that. So there's a three in special important things that you have to honor. Number one is Uvug Deedes. Number two is Amin Shuteng. Number one is basically ancestors. Number two is Amin Shuteng, meaning the living relic. Number three is Amgui Shuteng, meaning non-living relic or non-living worship, something like that. So this is ancestor worship, living worship, and this not this living worship, something like that. So I will try to explain all this stuff, and all this this united by a ring, and the ring master or there is such god is the Hormosta or Hormasta, etc. So this symbolizes the this belief of a Mongolian. So I this how to say promoted it and said this should be a Mongol cross, and you could make it with using silver, gold, and you can carry this on your chest like a Christians. This. So this is a Mongol cross. So someone asked me this about this shield design. What can I put on this Mongol shield? You can put a ring, and you can put something like this Mercedes-Benz, like this style thing on your shield. It can be this very simple design, or you can put something like this. So first thing, ancestors. You just cannot say this. These ancestors are this my family, this my grandfather, my father, and grandfather's grandfather. That's all my ancestors. No, here in Mongolia things this different. Ancestor can be this your teacher. Ancestor can be someone this elderly. So in order to understand Mongolian word Uvug Deedes, I will write it Uvug. So there's the word Uvug Deedes. Uvug Deedes means the ancestors. And in order to understand word Uvug, somehow I find it's fairly easy to explain things in English. You can turn it into like Uvug Deedes. Basically the idea is like this. Word O means something taken. It's like a exactly the English word owe. I owe them. I got something from them. So Uvug means everyone who gave owe me. I owe them. They gave me some owe, something like that. Word Ug means giving. There's two types of giving. One, you have an item, you giving. This giving is Ug. You are Ugin. You're Ugte. So it's giving actual material stuff is Ug. When you're when you have ideas, when you have words, when you have this like this, do not touch that, something like that, this education type of thing, all this stuff is transmitted by the this word. And Mongolian word for this word is uka. So ancestor is someone gave you material stuff, same time gave you this word stuff. It means your teacher, someone who teaches you how to behave or how to write, this read or all this stuff. All the people who were basically before you, dēдэs means basically before you, is your ancestors. So saying that you have to worship them, it's basically this very exaggerated maybe. So you have to be thankful. You have to be this respectful towards the elder this generation, because you owe a lot of stuff. If you have this great this freedom in your country, and your life is not like this in some this developing country and stuff, it means your ancestors did a lot of stuff, and you owe them a lot of stuff, and you owe them with your existence. You could this look at yourself in a mirror. You happen to be like this this dude with this nose and this hair and this identity, language, etc., etc. All this stuff was given to you by your ancestors. So you have to respect and honor and worship your ancestor is number one. Second, living. Shamanism has this this practice of this worshiping to some this living. You somehow have to this protect your holy places, holy mountains and holy forests, and you have to convince the local lord to do that. And the local lord will declare that this is a national park or a holy place. The creatures that live in these forests are going to be holy creatures. There must not be any hunting, etc., etc. And this tree is a holy mother tree, so be respectful and worship, etc., etc. All this worshiping to a living is a part of this shamanism. And of course, people this worship to non-living. The third part, people create a statue and worship. People worship to money. People this worship to books. All these written words, and they find it a holy book, etc., etc. All this stuff is of course exist in this in the case of non-living. In the case of non-living, you can also this include the spirits, include the god, etc., etc. So there's a living, non-living, and the ancestors, and all this combined in by the ring. So this is this. I would like to become the first Mongolian who claimed that there is this item, and this item is going to be known as a Mongol cross, and I will try to this in this lifetime to promote this stuff. So after we know that there is a belief in non-living spirits and demons that you cannot see or touch and stuff, you need to have a weapon that can combat them. So there you have the shamans, this weapon. Number one weapon. This supposed to be the sky iron. Some iron fell from sky, or it can be this arrowhead. Usually this when there's a belief when there's a lightning it strikes the ground, you have to search for a special stone or special arrowhead that is fallen from the sky, something like that. And this sometimes people this find this bronze arrowheads of a unique time. So somehow these arrowheads become known as a this sky iron. It's also this imagine that it's this iron that this flies through a sky. So arrowhead is the first weapon of choice. It's going to this kill and destroy the evil. This is similar to what this Buddhists this use for their this ceremonies. Mongol Tibetan Buddhism. They have this ritual dagger. I will put the description. I will put the information on the description below. And they will claim that this kills someone completely, something like that. When you kill someone, this spirit is left, and the spirit wants to take revenge or something like that. But if you use such a weapon, you can this completely destroy, something like that. Well, I will this. Let me draw this item. It's very simple. Yeah, something like that. Like this, should be like this. I think you people know this item from a movie called Shadow. I like this movie, Shadow, and you have to know that here in Mongolia, this we have different belief than this Chinese. Chinese will claim that man is a light, woman is darkness, man is active, hot, a woman is cold and inactive. If a man is hot, man must be fire, woman must be water. This thing is totally different here in Mongolia. Man is a shadow, like in the movie Shadow. Man is a shadow. Husband is like a nukhursudur, a friend and a shadow. Husband is a friend and a shadow of a woman. So shadow searches for a body. Body is a woman. So if there is a nice body, you're a shadow, you want to be a part of it. Something like that. Man, of course, we're very active. Man is cold like water. Here in Mongolia, we believe that this great man is a very wet man. Something like that. So the greatest body of water is Dalai Ocean. So giving this title to a Dalai Lama, this Dalai Lama, the Ocean Lama, Mongolians basically hoped that this Ocean Lama would bring great this prosperity, wisdom, etc., etc. But it did not this happen. It means Mother Earth is like this dry. Someone wants to this imagine that this is this woman. Man is usually the one who wants to touch, like this. So when there's earth, water is like constantly doing this, this touching and all this stuff. So as long as this stuff is like going, there's like this boom of life. There's this plants are growing, trees are growing, etc., etc. So if everything is like good and okay in your country, it means your men are good. So when your country is a shithole, it means your men are basically garbage or something like that. So here in Mongolia, man is a shadow. Man is cool. Man is cold. Woman is hot baby, hot baby, cool guy, something like that. So this is going to be totally different from the what the Chinese yin yang will tell you. So the arrowhead. This is going to be a weapon that was forged by your ancestors, and this is a flying stuff, like this. So yeah, I don't have this item. This when you look at this, this black market item, this arrow is shiny. It's like this theatrical for this show, something like that. If you want the real stuff, I guess you need a metal detector. Go around, search for these runic arrows. I guess you have some in Europe. These arrows somehow have these 3 blades, this trinity, something like that. So the second this item, well, in order to kill something in ancient times, you basically need a sharp stick. And for example, in Western world, you have a vampire, and it happens to be this immortal. In order to kill such immortal, you need special this stick. So similar weapon is this some holly wooden stick. I'm not sure what tree you have to use. I will investigate on that. It can be one big stick, or it can be 3 stick. It's like I don't know, nailing Jesus Christ, something like that, killing the immortal Son of God, maybe. And the last part is horn of a holy creature. When you think about this holy creature with a horn, is you may think about the unicorns, but you cannot find unicorns. So then the next holy or deer creature is going to be deer. So there's a deer's horn in order to this protect yourself. And finally there is this whip. Sometimes you have to whip these these spirits if you cannot kill them, something like that. So this weapon is designed to kill nothing. It's designed to kill fight the non-living, nothing, so, something like that. So where I was, well, it seems that's pretty much for today. And as always, thanks for watching.